I'm Amy Schwartz. I'm the Administrative Director here at Kadampa Meditation Center, New York.
I'm Erica Schieferstein. I'm the Deputy Admin Director here at Kadampa Meditation Center, New York.
So Kadampa Meditation Center is part of the new Kadampa tradition of Buddhism. So we are actually the national center for Kadam Dharma in the United States. So we function as a retreat center, and people from all over the United States and the world come here to do retreats, come to classes, learn how to meditate here at the temple.
So we have the U.S. World Peace Temple here at Kadampa Meditation Center, New York, and so it is one of 6 temples in the world. So although we have 1,200 centers worldwide, this is one of 6 temples, as you can see out the window, in the world. And so it's very unique. There's only 2 in the United States, and one's here in New York, which was the first one in the United States, and one is in Arizona. And so because of this, we have many students from around the world who travel here. And so we had the original property, which had some smaller houses to house people, but we always ran out of space to house people. So this addition of this building added 15 private rooms, as well as a dining room that could accommodate 140. And so it made a huge difference, because previously we'd have to squeeze or cram into a little tiny room that fit about 40 people. And you can imagine how many people we fit in there, more than 40 sometimes, or multiple seatings. But this allowed everyone to be in one space at once, which really created a really nice community setting as well, because you could just feel the joy in the room. And then in addition to that, we also were able to add more accommodations. And so because of that, all of our courses have now been increasing, and rather than people having to stay off-site, they can now have the kind of more inner retreat experience by being able to stay on-site and kind of enveloped by the property. Mm-hmm. And this building really provided that. And we actually saw that most recently, because we had a retreat just this past weekend, last weekend. We had 140 people on site. It was a silent retreat, and that weekend we had many power outages. And so imagine that. And so, but because of that, we were able to actually hold sessions in this building, because we don't have a generator on our temple yet. But because we had the space in the dining room, we were able to actually move the sessions here into the beautiful dining room downstairs. Mm-hmm. So we were very lucky to have this space and to be able to use it for that reason.
No, I mean, I think one of our issues here on this property, because we were always using existing buildings here for accommodations, everything was a little uncomfortable for people. So they would come for like a spacious, quiet retreat, which the temple easily provides, but our accommodations were not very comfortable. So by creating this building, we've created beautiful rooms for people where they can just feel comfortable. They have a quiet, private space. Yeah. Okay, so our architect, Horton and Malone, had helped us build the temple previously in 2003, and we started working with them on the design for this building a few years ago, and they suggested Martell Builders to us, and we'd actually heard about Martell throughout this area, and we only ever heard good things about Martell Builders. So Chad got on pretty early in the project and chatted with us quite a bit about what our needs were, what we were hoping to accomplish with the building, and we loved working with him. We loved his insights on how to maximize the space that we had. He really went out of his way to provide information to us on how to make this building work. So then we went through the bid process. We had a couple other companies bid, and Chad came back with the most reasonable bid and the most detailed bid. And so we were very happy that we got to go with him, because we had really enjoyed working with him in the lead up to that.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, so, you know, because as Amy mentioned, we worked with amazing architects, Horton Malone, but really it takes a contractor to kind of bring that building to life. And Martell Builders really did that. And we hit multiple obstacles along the way. You know, I'll let Amy speak a little bit more in detail about that, because she worked with a lot of them. But basically, Chad and Alec and all of Martell Builders were so patient in working through them, and really worked hard to meet our deadlines as best they could, given the conditions. Mm-hmm. And so we were so appreciative of how hard they worked to try to meet everything despite conditions. They worked through the winter, very cold weather. You know, they worked very hard with their contractors to get things done. Yeah, I'll let you speak more.
Yeah, I think we built during COVID, and which brought some interesting obstacles in terms of supply chains, availability of supplies. And Chad always would show up with where we were at with things. He would spend time going through different options or talking through some of the issues to make sure that we could keep moving on the project. So he really made a huge effort to just keep everything moving and keep us informed about what was happening. And then, of course, there's always problems with the site itself. You find surprises, but I think the thing we really appreciated was that Chad was always upfront about what was happening, what our options were, and really trying to keep within the budget and the costs down as much as he could.
Yeah. And he was always very solution oriented, so it was very nice because whenever a problem arose, he'd always have a solution, like Amy said, and have options available. So it wasn't just like, oh, here's the problem. It was more like, here's the problem, but here are ideas to get through that problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'd only ever heard nice things about the Martell family and Martell Builders in this area, and so I can say everything I heard about them was true. They're fantastic. I would recommend anyone to use them for a project, and we look forward to working with them through the years on future developments here at our property. Yeah.
Nice.
And just to add to, I think having them, we miss having them here every day. They became such a fixture here, and I wait for the truck to pull up and run out and say hi to them, and they really became part of our family. Really part of the community, and it's extraordinary to get to know them. We had this reason to get to know them, but now they are just part of our family, I feel like. So we're very lucky to have them here.